What's up, guys? Team Monkey here. I actually got something new for you guys. Now, I know you guys are kind of getting tired of Quick Draw and Yados and the occasional Blackwing deck update. So I actually made something new. I was watching GX episodes, and just, I don't know, like, I got, like, super nostalgia, because that was, like, my favorite set. Like, Elemental Heroes were just, like, awesome. So I was going through my Elemental Hero collection. If you guys don't know, I have a collection. I'm trying to collect all the Elemental Heroes, and even though I made the rant on how high Strarity is bullshit, so check that out over there. Maybe it's in the related videos. If not, go over there to the channel. But I made a rant on why high Strarity is bullshit. In the deck it is, but I'm going high Strarity and Elemental Heroes because I want my collection to look good, and it's a collection, so it's like I'm trying to collect all the Elemental Heroes and every rarity there is, and I have them like in order by alphabetical and everything like that. It's crazy. So I was going through that and was like, let me make a deck around this, and this is my new fun deck. Like, I've got Yados set aside for regionals and like major events. I've got my quick draws, like, you know, whatever, and then I've got this deck, and this is gonna be like my new project deck. Like, this deck is so awesome. Like, I haven't even tested against like other decks. Like, I think one proxy in here because like I for some reason couldn't find polymerizations in my room. I was like, what the hell, seriously? So I don't know what happened to that, but we'll go ahead and get on with the deck. So this is a combination of like Lightsworn and Heroes. So I call it Evilsworn. I think it's pretty cool. If you guys have a better name, definitely post it. So we'll get on with the deck list. 2 Avian. 2 Burstinatrix. 2 Sparkman. And 2 Clayman. Now, as far as the fusions go, the most ones you're going to use is Sparkman and Clayman. So be careful with how you use those, because those are going to be your best, fusions out of here are going to be your Lightning Golem and your Infernal Sniper. So, yeah. So we'll go ahead and get onto the deck again. Now, Voltic. Now, this I need to test a little bit more to see if he inflicts battle damage to your opponent. You can search someone you remove from play elemental hero monsters. Technically, it would seem good, and with it being light, I mean, there's support. Like, I could run Honest if I wanted to, but like the main good part about him is that the main good part about him is that I can special summon my heroes that I remove. I remove a lot of stuff in this deck. I also need a Miracle Fusion, but I'm going to probably put that in over one of the polys, so we'll get to that later. But yeah, he gets back stuff from Miracle Fusion and the other card that you'll see there. Malicious Edge, because he's an evil hero, and he's needed for Malicious Fiend. Gores. Now, the requirement on Malicious Fiend is Malicious Edge and 1 level 6 or higher Fiend type monster. So Gores works with that. So does Tragodia, plus they both provide defense. So now, the requirement for Evil Hero Dark Gaia is an Evil Hero and 1 rock monster, so I made sure I had some rock monsters in here. So I've only got 2, but I think I'm good on that. Morphing Jar. This does 2 things for the deck. It adds cards to my hand, so I can use Polymerization and make that more alive. And it loads up the graveyard with heroes to use with my 2 awesome cards. Another rock is a fusion sub, and then my other 2 fusion subs are 2 King of the Swamps. Now, the King of the Swamps are important for 2 reasons. One, they fetch a Polymerization, which is really good. So you can pitch him to Graveyard and get a Polymerization. Not only is that, you know, an even 1-for-1 because you pitch him and you get a Polymerization, so you keep hand advantage, but now he's in your grave. So you can use him for, you know, my fusion cards or whatever, or you can poly him and a hero to make absolute 0. This is kind of like a 0 build too, but I don't like Diva, and I don't run Synchros in this deck. Like, this is a like old school deck, I guess you could say, with new school cards. So I was running a straight up Lightsworn engine, but instead I switched to a more merchant based engine. Lightsworns are good, but like I don't run as many because they mill through your spell and traps, and you don't want that. Like, you want to draw into your fusion cards. So you need to run this, because even if you only mill 1 card, or even if you net a card from your hand, it still keeps out your advantage. Card Trooper, he kind of gets poopy mills, but you get to draw off of him, and you can control how much you mill. So, and he's a good beater. Like, this deck lacks beaters. Like, I think the only beater in the deck that's like a high beater would be like Gores, Tragodia, and Malicious Edge. Like, you can set like Clayman and stuff like that, or whatever, but he's a beater. So your Lightsworns, we're running 2 Raikos for defense and 1 Lila. it helps mill, and yeah, it's just I just happen to have those. If I had an Aaron, I'd probably run an Aaron over maybe a Raikou or something like that, but that's just what I happen to have. So now on to the proxies. I don't have like polymerizations at all for some reason, so these are diffusions, but I'm gonna run polymerizations. I'm deciding whether I want to run 3 polys or 2 polys and a Miracle Fusion. It's probably gonna be 2 polys and a Miracle Fusion, but they just add consistency to the deck. Super Poly, it's a chainable poly. I mean, you have to ditch a card from your hand, but they can't chain to it or anything like that, so it's really good. Here's where the deck gets good. 3 Dark Calling. This is what makes the deck good. Miracle Fusion is a good card, but, I mean, your only good target for Miracle Fusion would be Absolute Zero, and I really don't want to build another Absolute Zero deck. I think it's overhyped, and Zero is a good card, but, I mean, I don't know. I don't like it. So Dark Calling is really good. It gets you, like, all the evil heroes are, like, really, like, I don't want to say they're broken as cards. Their effects are broken. Their stats aren't, like, amazing, except for, like, maybe Lightning Golem is decently pretty good. But, so yeah, Dark Calling is just really good. It's like a Miracle Fusion, except it only works for evil heroes, basically. I mean, I think it works for any Fiend types, but you might as well just freaking use, evil heroes. 1 Dark Fusion, if you want to get an evil hero and you don't have a Dark Calling, you don't want to remove them from play, you can Dark Fusion it. That's why I can't wait till Parallel World Fusion comes out, like, so many good combos. Future Fusion, like, your main target for Future Fusion is going to be Elemental Hero Tempest, because not only do you get a 28 beater, but his requirements are Avian, Sparkman, and a Bubbleman, which since we don't run Bubbleman, you go Avian, Sparkman, and a Fusion sub. And you can pick any Fusion sub. You can go, the Light Hexil Fusion as just a generic, or you could go King of the Swamp. And if you go King of the Swamp, you can, what's it called? Sorry, if you go King of the Swamp, you can set up 0 plays for later on if you run Miracle Fusion. Fusion Gate just allows fusions, quicker, and you don't have to worry about drawing into poly or anything like that. Burial, where you run so many stuff that's going to get removed that you need to put some of it back. Charge, just to get you Light Swords and stuff, because we run the Pot of Avarice, so you can get stuff back. Now I was going to run 2 Pot of Avarice, but I set her into a Pot of Avarice and Transmigration Prophecy. It gets back your Pot of Avarice to your deck, it gets back your Dark Callings, it gets back all kinds of good stuff, like your Burial. Burial is probably your main target, and then after that it's probably like Dark Calling or Poly or whatever. So for traps, we only run 3. Run 2 Royal Decree, because like traps really hurt. Like Royal Oppression hurts this deck, Bottomless Trap Hole hurts this deck, like even regular Trap Hole can hurt this deck. So just Royal Decree, like actually run 4 traps. Sorry, I forgot Transmigration Prophecy was a trap for some reason. And Return. I was originally running 2 Return, but then I realized you can't run 2 Return. Paying Afterlife points isn't that big a deal because this deck is wanting to try to explode and get out like multiple fusions really fast. So this is just like, if you're gonna lose, you can chain this, bring back a bunch of like a crap load of heroes. You can either fuse with them, you can dark fuse with them, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff. So it just adds really big plays. There's no side deck for this because it's a fun deck. Like fun decks that I build, I don't really build side decks because it's like play it as it is or don't play it. So we'll go into the extra deck, or the fusion deck, because there's no extra cards in here. So it's only 14 because I only have 14 of these sleeves, but it doesn't matter because there's nothing else I want to add in. So we got Phoenix Enforcer, Gaia, Thunder Giant, 2 Absolute Zeros, a Shining Phoenix Enforcer, a Tempest. Your evil heroes are Dark Gaia, Wild Cyclone, 2 Infernal Snipers. It's really good game 3 for like burn and stuff like that. An Inferno Wing, a Lightning Golem, and a Malicious Fiend. Keep in mind I'm not like getting any cards except for like a Poly and the Miracle Fusion that one of my friends or one of my dudes at the locals is borrowing. So all this is just stuff I already had. Otherwise I'd run like multiples of like Lightning Golem because it's like really good and stuff like that. So I think it's a really fun deck. It's really innovative. Like no one else is running anything like this online. So if you like the deck, just comment, rate, like this video, I guess, because there's no rating system anymore. So hopefully you guys like the deck. If you have any suggestions of what you guys think I should change up, let me know. If there are rulings that I got wrong, because I don't know if you can use fusion subs for future fusion. I don't know for sure. So just hit me up if you know. So thanks guys, and peace.